Alright. So this is where I would have an intro. Say, roll intro. Alright. So hopefully I still have sound after what seems like forever of fucking tweaking and messing with the mic, the adapter, the wiring. I think I finally got sound set up on my bike, on my mic, on my GoPro, on everything. So if I do, this will be my first moto vlog video. Why is it fucking changing? Moto vlog video in a series of moto vlogs that I plan on doing. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a ride. Figure pain, little homie. Alright, so welcome everyone. Welcome. Sorry, I gotta scratch my nose. Welcome to the channel. My name is TX Moto, aka Texas Moto, aka Tex Moto, aka if you know, you know. Alright, so in this channel I plan on, you know, doing a couple of things, moto related of course, vlogging type, how-to type, hopefully feedback or you know, just yeah, I guess feedback is the word I'm looking for on certain content, certain dude was crazy. Reviews, there you go. Feedback and reviews on bike material, bikes in general. Yeah, stuff like that. So a little bit about myself and of course the bike that I'm on. I am riding a Harley Davidson Sportster. It's an Iron 1200. It's the 2020 model. I've had it for over a year now. Due to COVID, I actually said, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna learn how to ride a bike. I've always wanted to. You only got one life to live, so why not go for it, right? So, got me a Sportster. You know, thinking to myself, hey, you know what? I'll keep it. I'll grow out of it. Blah blah blah. With the plan eventually to get into a Softail Lowrider S. But man, I gotta tell you, I have no issues with my Sportster. Now, a little bit more about myself. So I'm about 6'2"-ish, almost 6'2". 6'2" when I wear my boots, which is all the time. So 6'1" and some farts. Like I said, I'm new to riding. I actually only have about 1,500 miles in there. So during COVID, I was working from home, so I was legit the definition of a weekend rider. If it's a weekend and I can go somewhere, this is what I was running in. If I had to run some quick errands or, you know, do anything pretty much around town, I was pretty much riding the bike. Again, because of COVID, everything was pretty much closed, and yeah, you know, pretty limited on my my riding. I got some buddies who ride. We always talk about meeting up and riding. To this day has not happened just because timing, yeah, just timing in general. We just, you know, busy lives. Since then, I'm back in office now, so I commute to work. Prior to about a week and a half ago, this was my daily rider, daily driver to work. So I would literally ride to work. I want to say maybe it's about 18-20 miles one way. So yeah, round trip, about 45-ish, 50 miles. And that's primarily why I put where I got all the miles that I put on her from. Now, about a week ago, my lovely fiance went back to work as well because she works for Northside School District, and we rideshare, we commute together, we take her car. So I haven't really had a chance recently to ride the bike. I think that was fucking Dirty Underwear on the street. Shout out Marbach. So anyways, yeah, I haven't really had the chance to ride as much as I wanted to recently because I just really haven't had a need for it. Matter of fact, I haven't even done my 1K inspection, and I'm at 1,500 miles, so I got to do that probably this weekend. I think I pretty much have to call it in to book it in, so yeah, we're probably looking at next weekend. Bought the bike at a local dealer here in San Antonio, Texas, which is where I'm from. It's Caliente Harley Davidson. If you ever see me doing some test rides or reviews on new bikes or just bikes in general, it's probably going to be there. When I buy the next bike, I'll probably be there as well, unless you know, my relationship is just tarnished with them and they do something terrible. But so far, no complaints. Again, I haven't really had to see them too much. That is where I want to go do my MSF safety course, my motorcycle stuff. When I go get my license, paid I think like 15 bucks for the endorsement or 25 bucks, something like that. And yeah, shout out the little Edgar Rappin', hell yeah. If anybody's local to San Antonio, Texas, you all know where this is. This is the part where if you had a car, you know, you lock the door, pulling out the strap just in case. Nah, I'm just kidding, Marbach. It ain't that bad, bro. People always give Marbach a hard time. It's ratchet as hell, but it ain't that bad, man. So yeah, so newish rider, ride a Sportster. Man, I guess I should talk about the ride itself, right? So at 6'1" and some farts, you know, almost 6'2", like I said, with my boots. A lot of my homies, a lot of my friends, people who ride said, man, you're not gonna feel comfortable in the Sportster, you're gonna want something bigger, blah blah blah. I bought the bike April of 2020. We're now in August of 2021, and I got no issues with her, man. Does its job, man. Like I said, I ride it to work about 20 mile-ish one way, and then coming back. And it does just fine. It does everything I need. Now the one grip or the one issue that I did have with the bike that I changed ASAP, and we take those, bro. That I changed ASAP, which you guys might hear. I don't know if the mic picks up on it or not. Is the exhaust. So on my other video, which should be up on my channel, I should have done an install video, because I'm pretty sure people would be like, hey, how did you install it? Was it hard? Especially new riders. I feel like if you've been riding for any, you know, couple months to a year, definitely past a year, you're not asking questions about, hey, how do you add slip-ons or how do you do that? Newbies, for sure. I know that when I did it myself, but I said, you know what, let me watch a YouTube video just to kind of take a look to see what I gotta all take out and not, see how easy it is. And yeah, I did that. Flipped the mirrors just because, you know, for one, the aesthetics, but also I'm a pretty big dude, you know, about 245, pretty broad shoulders, and the mirrors being up here was just kind of a pain. Couldn't really see. Here, the bottom, I get a little bit better visibility. Of course, I mean, I can just always turn my head, turn my shoulder, whatever. But again, primarily aesthetics slash more visibility for me. I've changed out the headlights, and again, as I said, the biggest thing, probably the most important thing, was the adding the slip-ons. So these are some, I forgot, they're called like DNA 3-inch. They're very like fucking very, very basic ass name, like DNA 3-inch blacked out or something. Dang, was that oil? Blacked out slip-ons. I don't know. Shark something. There's another one, another brand close to it called Shark something. I don't know, but they sound pretty good. Have no quarrels with them. It's actually helped me out in a couple of tight spots where I may or may not have gotten into a blind spot, or just people were, you know, not looking. For anybody else who rides, you're pretty familiar with that. You know, people just sometimes don't look. You know, they're not expecting someone to pull up in a bike. They're looking for other cars. They're trained to look for other cars. That's their driving test. That's what they look for. You know, bikes are kind of just sight for sore eyes sometimes if we're ever caught. So the slip-ons definitely have made me be heard. There's times where I'm driving by and I can see in their side mirrors they're looking around to see, okay, where's the bike? I hear it, I don't see it, and then sure enough, eventually they see me, they find me. But it's definitely worth the cost. I was gonna go with the Vance and Hines, just like every other person, you know, typical. And I was gonna have to go, you know, get the take it to the dealer, you know, get it all done, the whole stage 1, possibly even stage 2. But as I kind of alluded to in the beginning, the whole plan, the goal was eventually to switch out to a Softail, the Lowrider S. And I wanted to see, man, you know what, before I spend 20 something grand on a bike, 18 grand, whatever, on a bike, let me see if I'm really going to be about it. You know, is it just an itch I'm going to scratch and say, all right, cool, and leave it in the garage all day? Is it something that I'm going to utilize on a daily basis? Is it practical, right, for my work, my commute? And again, it's done its purpose. It's worth it. The biggest part of it, of course, is the gas. Like, you know, $7 a week, $10 a week. I can live with that. So for me, it's worth it. And right now, I'm enjoying this bike too much to say, you know what, it's time for an upgrade. I honestly think, I hope my fiance doesn't hear me because she'll kill me, but I honestly think I might keep the Sportster, buy the Lowrider S, the Softail, and just have this bike as my secondary bike. How often will I ride it? I don't know, probably not a lot at the beginning because I'm going to be doing everything to the Lowrider when I grab it, but I just can't really, I have no complaints on this bike. Again, it does its job, it's nimble, it's just enough, if that makes sense. And eventually, oh man, is there really a detour? Yeah, I guess, I don't know. Yeah, if that truck's turning, there's a detour. I mean, eventually, I have a lot of family and friends who are like, dude, I want to ride, right? You know, people always want to ride, but not everybody's like really committed to riding, if that makes sense. Like, everybody would love to say, hey man, I want to ride, or want to try to ride at least, right? But not everybody's gonna be like, you know what, I don't know if I'm that invested enough to go buy a bike or go take the exam or do all that. I just kind of want to learn and see what it's about, right? Kind of get my feet wet, which it's understandable. So for me, having this type of, you know, bike, which is again my first bike, as a kind of second bike to teach people on, I wouldn't mind it. I think it'd be cool. But yeah, so I don't want to make the video too long. You know, I'm on my way to go run an errand as we speak, go get a fresh haircut. But I just wanted to kind of give a quick about me, about the channel, what to expect. Of course, comments, feedback, any suggestions on how to improve on the audio, any things that you guys have done to your bikes, anything you guys want to know about the bike or about, you know, the biggest thing that my biggest thing about buying anything really is always trying to be conscious, I don't know, you know what I'm trying to say about the purchase, right? So I want to do my due diligence, I want to do my research. My biggest thing was like, hey, am I gonna be comfortable on a Sportster? Is this a good type of bike to ride, you know, from the get-go? Do I want to get into something else a little bit bigger? Do I want to get something used first? You know, just different things. So it's something that you know, I can answer some questions on first-hand experience, give you my biased opinion, obviously, because I ride the bike. But if I can give anybody some knowledge, some wealth, some sharing information with you guys, you know, hit me up. I'll be more than happy to pass on whatever I've learned. I'm one of those people who kind of just tells it how it is. I don't like to beat around the bush. I don't like to fluff stuff up. If I think something's trash on it, you know, I'm going to tell you. Obviously, on a Sportster, the biggest thing that people always complain about, you know, does it have enough power, right? It's only got 5 gears. Does it have enough power on the highway? I drive it on the highway anywhere between 75 to 90 miles an hour, no problem. The next thing, you know, is the gas tank, you know, big enough. You know, it's got a, I think like a 3.3 or something like that. Like I said, for me, riding almost 45-50 miles round trip, it's good enough. Everybody's riding is different, and that's something you're always going to hear when people talk about what bike's best for you, because it's truly unique to your situation, right? I'm not you, you're not me. I don't know what kind of riding you're going to do. I don't know what plans you want to, you know, or have for your bike, so take it with a grain of salt. But I'll give you my unbiased opinion. I'll give you my information, tell you what my thoughts and opinions are. So yeah, let me know. Hope to release more content pretty frequently. Little red bomb. Pretty frequently. Hopefully pick up a schedule to get into some of the YouTube algorithm. But yeah, man, open book. Plan to be pretty exposed out there. Plan to share some knowledge, first-hand experiences, whatever I can do. So until next time, guys, peace.